All right, my friend, it's Friday, opening day of NADA.
Let's go.
And we're surrounded by, I would say, several thousand people right now.
It is packed in here.
We're right in front of the opening where the floor is going to open. They're going to do a ribbon cutting in just about 10 minutes. We've been on the ground now since Wednesday afternoon.
Man.
And we say it all the time, but it feels different this year.
It feels different. The energy yesterday across the JD Power Auto Summit, Automotive News, the Sphere last night, the parties I saw going on, the communication, the conversation, the community that this really is was unbelievable, and we're already seeing the energy this morning.
So we just came off, actually, we had a SOTA investor breakfast this morning, and we heard from investor after investor after investor, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, talking about how each individual generation had their own challenges and they fought through them. And I think that's the spirit that really is embodied in the industry and happening right now as we attack these new challenges of 2024 together.
Yeah, we kept talking about, and we were talking about this with some people yesterday, that this automotive story, this narrative of who we are as an industry is so well embodied when we come together and you see people and you hug necks and you know that this industry is much bigger than, it's as big and so much bigger than a single car sale or a single service. Like it runs deep into our communities, deep into the fabric of our country, and we just get to experience that in a together world today. I'm super excited we're gonna be running around working and talking to so many of the industry partners that are serving dealers. We're going to be talking to dealers that are really boots on ground, doing incredible things. And I can't wait to learn more of like what the practical thing that's happening right now in our industry and share that with more people.
Absolutely. So we're going to be bringing a lot of content to you. If you're not following us on LinkedIn, that's a great place. Follow us, SOTA or More Than Cars on LinkedIn, same channel. Also subscribe for the email at asota.com. We're going to give a lot of summaries and details that you can't capture in the live stream. And of course, we're going to be capturing lots of interviews, podcasts from all over the floor. We'd like to welcome to the show this morning Greg Uland, Vice President of Marketing for Reynolds and Reynolds, who are sponsoring today's content, making all this possible. And Greg, I've heard that Reynolds has been to a few NADAs in the past.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't be more excited for this one. You know, this is our 58th in a row.
58th.
Yeah, so we circle this date on the calendar every year, obviously, right? And we have for a really, really long time, and couldn't be more excited. I mean, this isn't just what we do. It's the same thing for you guys, right? It's part of who you are. I mean, and this whole event embodies that. It's super exciting. I don't know how you couldn't be excited with everything going on behind us, right? But I mean, for us, we get to reconnect with old friends. Same thing you're doing, right? We get to bring new people into the Reynolds family. We get to establish relationships. We get to release new products. It's so much fun. It's an absolute blast. This year we're super excited. We have more appointments set ahead of the show than we ever had before.
Wow.
Yeah, we have more customers that are currently on a competitive DMS coming to visit us at our booth than we ever had before. We're releasing more new products than we ever had before.
At the show?
Yeah, like this weekend. So,
are you able to tell us what products you're releasing?
I'll give you a couple. So the first one is AutoVision. AutoVision is our used car management tool. It's really exciting. I mean, at a really high level, just come on over and see it because it's too much to get into, right? Another one, we have some really cool technology and service where we're putting the MPI in the palm of the technician's hand. So everything's going to be done on the phone from start to finish. So that one's called Service Flex. It's very cool. A bunch of other products that you'll see coming out too.
What are you most excited about in getting, because you're not just working with dealers, but talking to so many other industry partners while you're here, what are you excited about the connections that might be made or being announced that you guys have been working on?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this industry is all about relationships, right? I mean, I don't know what the final registration numbers ended up being, but it's got to be close to 6,000. I mean, it's a massive event. So being able to shake hands and get to know people.
You mean the entire NAD event?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like 23,000.
I mean, it's insane. Oh, is it that high?
Yeah, I was talking to Mike Stanton about it yesterday.
No kidding.
It's record attendance.
It's unbelievable. So you get the opportunity to just establish these relationships, and then it's amazing once you start talking to people where the synergies lie, right? So, but again, we're super excited. Couldn't be happier to be here. We have, like I was saying, more new products than ever, and we have so much positive momentum. Just this week, we actually signed another 40-store group that was on a competitive DMS to come over to Reynolds. So the momentum's just flying through, and we couldn't be more excited.
What is the most fun part of the show for you personally? I mean, obviously you have a lot of business going on, you have a lot of logistics to manage, but what's personally your favorite part of the NADO show?
I mean, this, obviously, right? Getting to talk to you guys.
You're like, look at it, come on.
This right here,
yeah,
you guys
today. No, kicking it up. No, I mean, the whole thing's great, but honestly, it really is just getting to talk with people. I mean, that's the most fun part. That's what gets me excited, is learning what's going on in other people's heads, getting different perspectives, because I mean, I have a perspective, you have a perspective, every one of the people in here has a perspective. and getting the opportunity to understand those, I think helps all of us get better. So that's what I get the most excited about.
That's awesome. Well, Greg, thank you so much for spending a little time with us and making sure that we get to share what's going on here with the rest of the industry that didn't get to make it today.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Oh, real quick too. So last time we talked, we were talking about Kyle's massive collection of soccer scarves.
He does.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about printing some for our charity hockey game that we do every year. It's on March 7th. So,
Yes.
So if you guys want to come to Dayton, I'll get some printed for you. We'll hook up. It's March 7th.
I'm in.
That sounds amazing.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
we'll take you
perfect.
up on that.
All right, we'll catch
Awesome.
up after the show.
Thanks again.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you soon.
All right, Paul, I don't know if you know this, but I brought a couple other people
I
that
see
are
them
working at
lining
dealers.
up.
I've got them lined up to come say hi to us. The first one is Eric Hall. Eric, come on in here. Eric has constantly been a part of the Asodu community and a massive part of the automotive industry, working with Cavender over the last few months. Talk to us a little bit about what you all are working on the ground right now and why it's important for you to be here at NADA.
So the biggest thing for us is implementing proper processes that correspond with the culture of the store. So that's really why we're here, is looking for the tech to kind of fit what we've been missing or that we can add to the tech structure that we currently have to make those processes a little bit more streamlined.
That's awesome. And how many NADAs does this mark for you? How many have you been to?
Number 2 for me.
Wow, look at that. Number 2. I like
Still a fresh one.
Number 2?
Number 2.
Oh man! So Dallas was number 1.
Launched it at home. Launched it at home. So yeah.
Very nice. So your first remote. Your first remote at ADA.
First remote one.
Let me ask you this. You said processes that are aligned with culture. Cavender, obviously a group who is on the hunt. They say 50% of auto dealers are looking to grow and expand, while only 6% are looking to sell. Obviously a big differential there. Why are the processes that are culturally aligned so important as a group who's constantly acquiring more stores?
That's exactly the reason, because you can't grow without the proper processes that reflect the culture that the company's got. 80 years in the business has really helped establish who the Cavenders are in the San Antonio area. So having those processes in line with the culture, or the culture first, and then the processes has to be there to maintain that culture. So we've got to have the proper tech stack to help us fulfill those needs.
Yeah, we say a lot that tech partners and dealers a lot of times are at odds, but it really is. It has to be an alignment. It has to be a connection, a conversation, and collaboration to make those things work in the culture and for the consumers. So I know that you're a big fan of having great collaboration with industry partners and having great conversations and communication. So I'm sure you'll do well today. Thanks for spending a little time with us here.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great one and enjoy the show.
See you.
Appreciate it. Yes, take care.
Absolutely.
Hey, you all can probably hear me. It's probably be cool to get some shots of what's actually happening over here, because there is a wave of people flooding down the escalator, and there's literally a few thousand people lining up. It's hard to tell when you just see what's behind us, but if you can get all the way around the corner, I think that would be amazing. Second time. See, there's someone who's been in the industry for a long time.
Right.
And has only his second NADA. And I think there is a new generation, or at least dealers who are willing to send more of their people.
Yes.
One of our investors and dealer that a lot of you know, Liza Porsches, brought a technician.
Right.
And the technician saw some of the More Than Cars content that we were playing on the screen at the live stage, and all of a sudden the light came on, there are other people who think and feel and approach this industry the same way.
That's what I would
true.
say is if you're watching this live stream or listening to this podcast, and you're wondering, are there others out there that believe or feel or think the way that I do about the way this industry is or should be? There are thousands upon thousands that believe and see that way. It is not an industry that is steeped in corruption. It is an industry that is steeped in family and encouragement, and so believe that. If you are wondering whether or not that's true, it is.
And it's also acknowledged that it's not an industry void of corruption.
Right. Yep.
But it's not an industry steeped in corruption. I hear a drum line coming down.
We got a drum line.
It looks like the ribbon cutting is about to officially open. So we have some footage on that, and we're just going to let you watch what's going on, and then we'll come back to you once this drum line is passed.
It might get a little loud.
talking about fixed one.
God bless you.
We want to do that even more.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. Look, I know it's a suit jacket.
All right, so as you can see, that this place is fully on
It's been nuts.
elevated lock. I know you probably heard a bunch
It's like
of
a
conversations
flood of
going on
people
there.
walking through right now. It's incredible.
And
Yeah.
so one of the things that a dealer said to us when they were walking by, you might have overheard some of the conversation. He said, "Thanks for including fixed."
Yeah.
And fixed operations, the perfect segue from what we were talking about the technician coming to NADA.
Yes.
Fixed operations has far more touch points with the public than
Absolutely.
sales does,
More
exponentially.
often, all of that.
And
Yep.
so that's another effort that if you are in fixed ops or if you're a GM that has something that look who wandered
Look,
in.
hey, look,
You
come
get
on
to
in
wander.
here. Come on. We were literally just talking about you with Tully
Speaking
Williams.
of fixed ops, almost on cue. You know what? This is what he does. He wanders in
like he didn't know that he was supposed to
Right.
be right here.
But he did. We're here.
Hey, Natasha.
run into.
Yes.
We were
and
inside checking
Natasha.
everything out, so we kind of came out at the right time as the van was coming. So, yeah.
We were just talking about the importance of fixed operations, how there are exponentially more touch points for fixed operations in the dealership. You are somebody who understands that more than most. What would you say to dealers that that are thinking of like, how do I get my fixed operations more involved with just the overall culture of the store and the industry?
You got to make it a part of the vision. Forever, we've chased the number of cars that we can push out because that's the glamour of the business. And there is so many more moving pieces in fixed ops. That's really what drives our customers back to us so that we don't have to constantly conquest. And so if we make it part of the vision and and set an expectation of what we want to get out of fixed ops, then throughout the course of the year, we'll work our way towards it. But if it's just, let's make sure we got good CSI, let's make sure that we're taking care of our customers, then there's not necessarily something to chase after. And it doesn't necessarily build that foundation if it's not part of what we're trying to do.
Make it part of the vision. Fancy
There it
when
is.
you do that, things happen. What's the first thing you're going to do when you walk in the floor right now?
I have a podcast I'm heading to when I get done with this one with you guys.
Perfect.
And then I'm heading over to the Ford booth. I got a meeting with a few people over there.
Good.
Well, thanks for stopping. Thanks for wandering in
Thanks
to the
for
morning live
wandering in.
stream.
Yes, good to see you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll see you on the floor. We
Have a
love you guys
beautiful
too.
show.
We
Thank
will.
you, you too.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. I don't know. I think that's all there is to say.
That's the wrap. We've got to head in there. We're going to be having a lot of conversations. Follow along on LinkedIn, Asodu, More Than Cars, on Instagram. We'll make sure and bring everything to you. One more.
We thought we were
One
going
more.
to close the show, but we have Alex Flores. April, you've been on the ground already, hooting and hollering a bit.
Yes, sir.
What's the first thing you're doing when you walk in the floor today?
Man, I'm gonna go find the best, newest, best thing to help our dealerships get better and love on people more than cars.
There you go.
Let's
Alex,
go, baby.
Look him up on LinkedIn. Alex Flores.
Good.
Love
Hey,
you, brother.
thanks for stopping
Hold
by,
on.
brother.
Wait, we got swag for you.
Thank you, sir.
We got a pin for your jacket and a sticker for your badge.
Look at that.
Love you.
Look at that.
See you soon.
Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Catch us on the live streams. Follow us on LinkedIn for all the coverage.